everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting the all-new, the all-wonderful Alchemite Warforger, a powerful wizard smith from the Gold College of Chamon. This is what my note says in front of me, and he has come to me as part of the Cities of Sigmar army set that Games Workshop have very kindly sent through to me to build up and paint for all of you, and that's exactly what we are doing. And, well, we are going to jump in and we are going to start. So, the colour we're going to be using first is, in fact, going to be Snakebite Leather. And we're going to apply this over the top of the kind of heavy leather robe. And we're going to get this all over here first. And there is going to be a bit of blending afterwards to get that really kind of nice gorgeous colour that they've got on the box art. There's loads and loads of really nice texture all over this, as you can see. It's perfect for contrast paints here. Absolutely wonderful. So with that Snakebite Leather all applied, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade and we're going to use this to shade the entirety of the cloak. Just whilst we're waiting for that to dry, in the interest of saving some time, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Fyreslayer Flesh and we're going to apply this over the top of all of his skin. And with that done, still in the tradition of trying to save some time, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion here and we're going to apply this over the top of the leather parts of the boots, under here and there. Like so. We're going to apply this over this little strip of fabric that's just here next to the large coat. Just in there next to the staff. We're going to apply this over the padding. Around here. like that sort of thing. And we're also going to apply this over the top of his gloves. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to do that blending we talked about. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a roughly 2 parts contrast medium to 1 part Cygor Brown mix. And we're going to apply this over the top of the bottom half of the cape. And we're going to do this in sections here, then here, and there. So we'll start here on the back because it's the easiest to demonstrate. And we're going to start from the bottom. And we're going to apply this all over pretty quickly here. Just like that. Then we're going to wash the brush. And then we're going to feather away at where the 2 colours meet to create a really nice soft blend between the 2 colours, just like that. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to apply that Cygor Brown mix like this. Wash the brush, and then feather away like that. And I'm going to very quickly get in there and do this little bit there so we don't get an awkward drying line. Grab a little bit more here. Bring this up like that. Wash the brush, and then once again I'm going to feather it out. Just like that. So get a really nice, soft, casual blend into between the 2 colours. Now if you're feeling really fancy, what you can do, you can take a little bit of this and just around the top part here, just apply this, like so. Wash the brush, and then once again just get in there and blend it out like that. You can do the same thing on this side as well. Wash the brush. And then blend it out. You can do the same thing on that part of the shoulder as well. Wash the brush. So with that blend done, I'm still waiting for it to dry, but that's okay because we are once again moving on. And we're going to be, well, not moving on too far because we're using Cygor Brown again. And we're basically going to be applying this over the top of all of our remaining leather details. Got that large pad just back there. Got the big straps. Going around his body as well. So with that all done, we haven't done the strap over the shoulder because, well, we're going to do that slightly differently in a little bit. But what we're going to do now is going to move on to the inside of the cauldron. And we're going to be using 2 colours for this, Gryph-Hound Orange and Cygor Brown. What we're going to do is we're going to start by taking some Gryph-Hound Orange. We're just going to throw this in there, like this, all the way around the inside. Just like that. And then we're going to wash the brush, grab a little bit of Cygor Brown, and I'm going to apply this in there as well. Like that. And then we're going to wash the brush one more time, grab a little bit more Gryph-Hound Orange, and we're just going to apply this like that over the cube. And we can wash the brush, just pull some of that off, grab a little bit more Gryph-Hound Orange. There we go. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of Magmadroth Flame, just a small amount. We're just going to apply this in there like that. Grab a little bit more. And a little bit more. Like so. And so with that now done, we're going to take Magmadroth Flame and Gryph-Hound Orange. I'm going to apply this firstly with the Magmadroth Flame up here on this cube. Like so. And then I'm going to wash the brush, grab some Gryph-Hound Orange, and apply this over the top, like that. And then we're just going to bring it out onto the smoke. And then we're going to wash the brush. And then with a clean brush, we're just going to smooth it out into the grey Seer. Just like that. And with that then done, we're going to take Gryph-Hound Orange on its own, and we're going to apply this over the top of the smoke coming out of the cauldron. But what we're going to do is going to bring it up to around about 2/3 of the way. In fact, we're just going to put this all over the top. It's just going to be easier that way. We're then going to wash the brush. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the brush sideways, and we're basically going to wipe off most of that Gryph-Hound Orange using the side of our brush, so that we're going to catch the kind of raised areas of the smoke, so that our Gryph-Hound Orange just kind of sticks to the recesses, which is what we want. Just like that. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors, and we're going to apply this all over the top of the cauldron, the kind of the staff. We're going to apply this over the top of is mask, not the top part, so we're going to apply it over just this kind of the bottom part here. The top part we're going to leave as a different colour. Otherwise, you just want to get this Iron Warriors all over, just like this. And what we do also want to do is around the kind of top half of the cauldron, we're just going to apply this. They've got those coals in the bottom, but we do want to get this Iron Warriors over the top of that bit as well. With all of that done and the smoke now dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Nuln Oil. I'm going to apply this over the top of both bits of smoke, both down here and up here. And so with that done, we're then going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass. I'm going to apply this over the top of the remaining metallics here on the helmet. So with that now done, it's time to add some shades to the model, and the first one isn't really a shade, it is Black Templar. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of our bucket. Just like this. Make sure we get all of it. Just like that. And what we're also going to do, I'm going to apply this over the top of the handle of the staff, or the lower handle of the staff, and on the hammer, on his belt. And with that done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade and we're going to apply this over the top of this strap coming over the shoulder. A little heavier than I wanted it. There we go, that's perfect. We're going to use this to shade the helmet, or at least the Runelord Brass parts of it. like that. And we're also going to use this to shade the cube up here. And with that done, we're then going to use some Targor Rageshade. I'm going to use this to shade all of our remaining metallics. Like this. We're also going to pop this over the top of the black leather as well. So with that done, our Alchemite Warforger is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and he's looking pretty cool. However, he's not finished, of course not. We've got some layers and some highlights to do, and a little bit of dry brushing and various other things. Anyway, we're going to jump in and we're going to start getting on with that now. The colour we're going to be using first is some thinned down Rakarth Flesh. And what we want to do here is we want to use this to highlight his robe. Now, what we want to do is we want to pick out just a couple of the little crags and textured bits around the robe. Just like this sort of thing. We're not looking for like super clean cut highlights. We're just looking to add a little bit of visual interest. Couple of little light points, and various things like that. Kind of pick these out at your will. Just kind of like how I'm doing here. You want to stick more towards the top and middle here. Just like that sort of thing. We're going to go all the way around like that. But what we're also going to do with the Rakarth Flesh is we're going to use this to paint in the runes. Just like that sort of thing. So with that done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Corax White and a dry brush, and around the runes here, what we're going to do is we're going to dry brush this Corax White over the top like this, and we're looking to kind of very softly build up this white around each of them. Just in a circular motion. Just like that. So with that Corax White dry brush applied, we're then going to once again take Gryph-Hound Orange. I'm going to apply this over the top of what we just did. Like this. And then if you stray too far into the black, I'm going to wash the brush and just absorb some of that excess, so you get this really nice subtle orange glow in amongst the black. Just like that. So with that done, we're going to leave it to dry for the moment, but it's looking pretty cool, as I'm sure you'll agree. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to work on the skin. This is going to be one of the easiest bits because we don't have a face to do. So what we are going to do is we're going to take some Kislev Flesh, and we're going to use this to basically just relayer all of his muscles. And with that Kislev Flesh applied, we're then going to take Reikland Fleshshade. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of the skin. And so with that done, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Bugman's Glow. I'm going to thin it down with like 7 or 8 parts water, because we want to create a really thin Bugman's Glow glaze. So it kind of looks like that on the thumb. Just adds a little bit of kind of that rosiness in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of all of the skin. Just like this. So with that done, you should now have this beautifully tanned flesh all over. So what we're going to do now is move on. And we're going to move on to all of the brown leather straps and things like that. The colour we're going to be using to highlight these is some thinned down Knight-Questor Flesh. And we're just going to very steadily, very carefully start picking out all the edges. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Dark Reaper. I'm going to use this to highlight all of the black leather. And with that Dark Reaper all applied, we're then going to take some Russ Grey. I'm going to apply this to the sharpest points. Of all that black leather. So with that done, all of the black leather is now finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some Corax White now, and we're going to use this to accentuate the whiter areas of the smoke. And with that now done, we're then going to take some thinned down Fire Dragon Bright. I'm going to use this to highlight any hard sections that we did with the orange. So for example, this one, just up here. Like this. We've got this cube in here as well. And we've got the glyphs. And with that Fire Dragon Bright now applied, we're then going to take some Lugganath Orange. I'm going to apply this to the sharpest points. Just like this sort of thing. And with that done, we're then going to once again use Lugganath Orange, only this time we're going to thin it down with sort of 6 or 7 parts water. We want this to be really, really thin and runny. And what we want to do here is we want to add this inside the runes. Like that. And what we're also going to do is going to add this around the eyes. And finally, just to finish all of this off, we're going to take some Phalanx Yellow. I'm going to apply this to the absolute tippy tops of our fiery details. So with that done, we are now going to highlight all the silver, and the colour we're going to be using for this first is some thinned down Iron Hand Steel. And whilst we've got lots of lovely texture on the bucket, we don't need to highlight all of it. We just want to get the sharpest areas. But of course, you can highlight it if you wish to. However, I'm just going to go for the edges. And so with that done, we're then going to take some Sycorax Bronze. I'm going to use this to highlight our Runelord Brass helmet. And so with that done, there is one last thing left to do on our Alchemite Warforger, and this is kind of, Well, it isn't mandatory, it is optional. But what we do want to do is we want to add a little checkerboard effect to this strap over the top of the shoulder that we did with the Agrax Earthshade. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. I'm going to start by drawing a line going right down the middle of the strap, just like that. And then what we do is we go across like that sort of thing. And then we just colour in alternate squares. Like that. Flip it around. And do that one. And so on and so forth.
So here we have it then, our all finished, all improved Alchemite Warforger. I say improved, he's been improved from bare plastic up to this wonderful, wonderful looking guy. It's a really kind of dark, grumpy wizard, and I really like that. It's different to the bright wizards we've had before, or at least the large, battle wizards that we've had. This one's really, really cool, very characterful, and I'm very, very excited to see more wizards. More wizards, please! If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support me a little bit further, you absolutely can do. Head over to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And you can also become a YouTube channel member, just like this incredible bunch of folks scrolling up on the screen before you. There's a hell of a lot of you, and, well, I can't do this without you. YouTube and Patreon, you guys absolutely keep the lights on and make all of this worth it. Thank you so much to all of you for everything you do. And if you really like this video and you just want to shoot me a little thanks, you can click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.